I used to sell dope. Now I don't sell nothing but hope.
Yeah, seriously, and I've had a rough couple weeks. But again, what bitter herbs are you eating? So we're going to use lettuce. We're going to use romaine lettuce. Some people use horseradish, which is permissible, but it's disgusting. So I'm not going to be eating that. Somebody said kids' Bibles.
Genesis on your mind. Genesis on the grind. Big G's, not the little ones. Big G's, not the little ones. Big G's, not the little ones. Stay down till the missiles come. Big G's, not the little ones. Big G's, not the little ones. Big G's, not the little ones. And I heard they want smoke, I'ma sizzle some.
Yeah, this ain't a rap, it's a eulogy. Killed every hater that was acting like they cool with me. I ain't never shook and I'm a rider. They say they want beef, then I'm cooking like I'm tired. Never been a pseudo, I ain't Billy Carson. You just like to show it off, I'll be really parking. Trying to steal my shine, get your own lighting. And I got these niggas scared like the drone sightings. Sis try to play me, turn savage on her. I don't know who she thought I was, but I ain't Travis Hunter. Forgive me, Lord, you know I ain't live a proper life. Wanna know what nigga, what's his mama and his papa like? I hear him saying Genesis got the wrong doctrine. I just tell him click the link, let's get it on and poppin'. Everybody know G's push the envelope. I ain't talking record label when I put you in the scope.
Big G's, not the little ones. Big G's, not the little ones. Big G's, not the little ones. Stay down.
All right, Shalom. All praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of GMS. I don't really have a name for this title right now. I'm thinking something to the effect of it will come to naught. It will come to naught, okay? There's a lot of bullshit going on still from these guys. This dude, Alazar, the Gorilla Hebrew, them Genesis dudes, which are his former mates, all this, a lot of goofy shit going on. Now, before I get too far into the video, I did a video last night. What happens to Esau, Edom after Obadiah 118? And in the beginning of that video, there was a video featuring this vision that this brother had about the Edomites, you know, about their them being destroyed and all of that. And the Most High putting them in this jar, putting their souls in a jar and cleansing them with charcoal and all that. If you've seen the video, you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, that brother you call, there's some good news. One of the brothers from the camp, Brother Ariel, GMS rulership 4-2. He left me a message on the comment board. It says, Shalom, Yahweh Shem, Yahushua Barakatah. He says, Kun, bro, your call still comes out to Tampa to listen. We saw him yesterday. So I'm glad to hear that, you know, because I always liked your call. I thought he was a good dude when I met him. I used to always watch his videos and, you know, his visions and stuff. He had a power. That vision he had about the Edomites was powerful. If you go back and if you haven't watched that video, go watch it, because it's the first 9 minutes of it is him talking about the vision that the Most High gave him. He basically, you know, he saw, you know, King David. He saw Yahushua, the 144,000 all together, and even Satan after Esau was destroyed. So that's a powerful vision. So if you get a chance, check the video out. All right. And I also gave the name of his channel. So go and subscribe to that brother's channel. So obviously he's still fellowship with the brothers. That's great. I told the brother back, okay, good, good. I'm glad to hear it. The water for responding. And then I saluted the brother. So I'm glad to hear that. All right. Glad to hear that. Anyway, on with the show. So there's a video. I mean, there's a lot of shit going on. This is an image right here that was put up by this dude, Gorilla Hebrew. I don't even like saying that, but that's who he is now. He's not Alazar. That's a Hebrew name. That's for a man that's in the truth. This dude is a demon, man, okay? And he got caught out there. And his shit still coming out. There's more stuff still coming out. That dude, Ariella, that made 2 more videos a day he put up. He going in on that dude, man. He revealing more stuff. All right, but I want to bring your attention to this. Just first, just the image in itself. You see the current head of Sicarri, Tazama. That's a dude with the pink on. Goddamn, got on fucking pink. A grown-ass man with fucking pink on, right? And, you know, I said a long time ago that he was feminine. This guy right here. That's the same dude that was on Vocab Malone. He did that sit down with the Edomites, and he basically was going back and forth with Vocab about why he didn't give him a hug. So you know that dude already lighter than the loafers. And then this guy in the middle, I don't know who he is, but he got a surprised ass look. And he got Peg Master with his arm around him. And you know who Peg Master is. This nigga he's still not, he's a proud dude, man. That's a proud ass dude. And then this nigga on the bottom, I don't even have to, just look at it, brothers. What the fuck is going on here? This nigga right here, that's a feminine. I'm sorry. I don't know who the guy is. He could be one of the most, he could be a big time gangster. I don't know. But that pose right there and that look at his face, that ain't gangster, cuz. That is not gangster. That's feminine. Good Lord, man. These people, man, they act as if these different guys act as if you take a picture and they have something in their countenance, like we're not gonna notice it. We notice it. I notice all this shit. And the brothers know, man, brothers on the chat is killing y'all, man. But I want to bring to your attention these fucking poses that dude Gorilla Hebrew doing. Now you notice he got the one foot in front of the other, slightly tilted to the side, and the back foot one way, right? Okay. There's another image that came up too. He's standing that same goddamn fucking pose. This is from the video that GMS Watchman did earlier of this guy, getting on him, about that damn shirt he got on with a gigantic goddamn skeleton face or skull head on the front of his damn shirt. And he got all his fucking jewelry and them stupid hats, just like before. But notice his pose. See that pose? And I'm gonna tie all this shit in together in a minute. Yeah, you notice that pose? That's the same pose. Nobody stands like that by accident, man. Okay? Nobody stands like that by accident. When you go into it, notice down here, step 1, first position, enter the apprentice. Step 2, fellow crafts. Step 3, master mason. So he's standing in the pose in what it looks like. Either step 1 or 2. I can't really fucking tell. I think it's step 2. I don't know though. But this is the first 3 steps in masonry. See, there's a lot of parallels going on. And don't come talking that shit about you don't know. Let's see which one it is. 1 foot back there, touching the heel. It's either 1 or 2. I can't really tell. But yeah, I mean, a lot of suspicious shit. And then when you go into these guys' Genesis, well, one of their members or one of the dudes in the video had on his fucking apron with his fucking Masonic looking, that Masonic looking shit, man. Just strange. That's that same shit that IUIC had on. Now, I've recently seen a brother, I don't remember what camp. I don't know if it's one of the affiliate camps. I believe it's an affiliate camp that got a garment with that triangle look. Look, if brothers can avoid it, don't get them garments with that fucking triangle on it, It's not a good look. I wouldn't do it. Anyway, it's a lot of stupid shit going on. And then you also had the whole thing with the fucking romaine lettuce versus the bitter herbs. Very revealing shit. Even further than that, you got this dude Deacon with his, with his sculpted beard, his sculpted chin strap beards, all that stuff, man. Hassan whining about horseradish is too bitter. He gonna use romaine lettuce. It's disgusting. I won't be eating that, and all of that. Then you had back again with the bottle service girls. That's it at their Passover, I would imagine. Gorilla Hebrew put that up. Bottle service girls got Sicarri the gang. If you don't like it, we don't care. Love you anyway. You see what I'm saying? So some shit never changes, man. That dude is full on. The demons on him hard. Between Sicarri and Genesis is really, it's the same old madness from that rotten, bitter tree. You see the same behavior ongoing. The stupid hats. You got the deacon there with the damn, what's that shit called? The dude that be in the band. I forgot what his position is. The one that's telling everybody what to do. Not the maestro, because that's in the orchestra, but in the band. He got a long coat. Just triangles all over the fucking place. You know what I mean? It's just strange. And then their logo in itself is a triangle. And it's also a 6 So you just gotta watch out. I mean, it's a lot of stupid shit. And then before I get too far in it, I want to mention a couple of videos that I saw. These the Chicago brothers are some videos that I know about. I didn't watch the Chicago elders video yet, but I plan on checking it out. They did a live stream yesterday. Genesis is a Masonic organization, and that's the Elder Uriah and Elder Malcolm and them was going in on the dudes, man. I mean, brothers see it. We see you, you know. So you can go and check that out. That's from GMS Chicago on air live too. You know, the Chicago elders and other brothers going in. And man, I was watching earlier. I probably got about halfway through Apostle Gabar's video. Devastating video. He was really going in on them. Every good work, a reprobate. Enough of the minstrel monkey shine show in this ministry. Man, he was bringing out some heavy scriptures. Going into, the heaviness of the Passover, the severity and solemnity of the Passover. Now back to these foolish mortals. Just a lot of stupid shit going on. That video, and don't get me wrong, us brothers, we love music, okay? Now, it's been agreed that some of our deacons' lyrics is okay. He can flow. He got skill. He got talent, but the song is whack, okay? The beat is off. The song is whack. I mean, especially at Passover, this shit is stupid. I mean, and as Elder Apostle Gabar calls it, it's a fucking monkey minstrel show. It's an embarrassment. And I mean, look at them guys. Look at the other dudes there, man. I mean, it's an embarrassment. You lead these other Israelites, these goofy, happy-go-lucky Israelites. They got leather jackets, Letterman jackets, all kind of stuff, man. It's going to be a great judgment by Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. There's a lot of bullshit going on. I could not say something about it. And you got even this fucking moron, this moronic nigga with the fucking fringe hat. He's got one of the goddamn stupid things you ever seen. Is that not one of the fucking stupidest things you ever seen? I'm trying to find the original video. I can't find it. Oh, here it is over here. Because you see this guy at the end with a crochet hat with fringes on the fucking hat. It's like Jake is an overrighteous asshole. At the same time, it's a fucking embarrassment. You at the Passover making rap songs. And then brothers have seen the deacon throwing up the fucking sixes, gang signs, or G, whatever it is. It just looks suspicious. They're going to explain it away. Their congregation going to fall for it. That's fine. You brothers and sisters out there, don't follow up none of this bullshit. That's exactly what it is. And I think the title of this video is going to be, more than likely, it's going to be, it will come to naught. Okay, and we're going to read about that. Because you seeing the further decline, right along with Sicarri, you also seeing the decline of these Genesis dudes because their doctrine is off. They lack judgment. They're reprobates, man. Between that fucking between this hip hop bullshit and that Masonic shit you seeing going on, and that fucking that complaining about the damn bitter herbs, questionable fashion advice, Masonic poses, and more dirt coming out. It's crazy. It's crazy. Then you seeing the decline of these dudes. And it is what it is. Hey, no hate involved. It's just all about it bringing out the truth. So let's start at Acts chapter 5, what we talked about. So right in the middle of this speech that I can't remember which man it was speaking. Let me see here. Gamaliel's counsel, right? Now I want to jump in here real quick. And I'll start at Acts 5 and 34. We'll read a little bit of that. Acts 5 and 33. When they heard that, they were cut to the heart and took counsel to slay them. Then stood there up one in the council, a Pharisee named Gamaliel, a doctor of the law, had in reputation among all the people, and commanded to put the apostles forth a little space. And he said unto them, Ye men of Israel, take heed to yourselves what ye intend to do as touching these men. For before these days rose up Theudas, boasting himself to be somebody, to whom a number of men, about 400, joined themselves, who was slain, and all as many as obeyed him were scattered and brought to naught. After this man rose up Judas of Galilee, in the days of the taxing and drew away much people after him. He also perished, and all, even as many as obeyed him, were dispersed. Now, he's giving accounts of these different men who had rose up, and they were leaders, and they were doing this and doing that, right? They were boasting themselves, you had they were drawing away people, disciples after themselves, and they both were brought to naught, and they camp, if you want to call it that, was scattered, right? As we see going on now, it says, and now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone, for if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. And Gamaliel was saying, leave the apostles alone, right? Because they was coming against them hard, telling them not to teach in the name of Yahushua and all of that. So he intervened, I believe that's the word, and he told them, look, just leave these men alone, because we've seen the examples in the past. If something is not of the Most High, that shit is going to fall apart. And you currently see that with Genesis. Even though they think they on the rise, they are fucking falling apart. They don't have the scruples, man. Their scruples are off. Let me see if I can bring that word up. Define scruples. What does it say?
Scruple.
A feeling of doubt or hesitation with regard to the morality or propriety of a course of action, right? And what does it say? Qualms, twinge of conscience, compunction, hesitation, reservations, second thoughts, misgivings, doubts, uneasiness, reluctance. You see, these are not scrupulous individuals. Right here, they're conscious.
Conscience.
An inner feeling or voice viewed as acting as a guide to the rightness or wrongness of one's behavior. Right, they have no idea. They don't know what's going on. The Apostle Gabar, in his video, he attributed to the fact that the Spirit is not showing these individuals, okay, that their behavior is off. They haven't, or that the Spirit did not show them, hasn't revealed to them what they're part of. It's something greater than themselves. And they lack scruples. They lack the conscience. They got there from their leader. Well, I can't say they got it from him, but they learned from terrible example from their leader. And they just, all these guys look fruity as hell now. You cannot tell me this dude on the bottom does not look fucking fruity, man. Look at that shit. That's some fruity ass shit. The way this dude, you could always like, come on, guys, let's take a photo, guys. Like I said, he might be one of the most vicious gangsters in the world, but not in that pose. So check the Apostles video out. Devastating video, like I said, man. I got a lot from it just in a little bit of time I was watching it. I just watched about half of it, about 22 minutes in. I was listening to the gravity of what he was speaking of. It hit me like a ton of bricks. All right, but let's go back to the scripture, because we were talking about these guys lack scruples. They lack a moral conscience, moral fiber. Okay, and let's get the word scrupulous, because scrupulous. Define scrupulous. It says scrupulous of a person or process, diligent, thorough, and extremely attentive to details. Careful, similar words, careful, meticulous, painstaking, thorough, assiduous, sedulous, attentive, diligent, conscientious, ultra careful. You see, when the individual is meticulous, showing great attention to detail, very careful and precise. And we pride ourselves on somewhat being like that. I mean, at the end of the day, we can't have it all together. But these guys, every time they make a statement or they put their photos out there, see, they put these photos out there to show themselves, yeah, we're not hurt, we going on with our lives, we doing this, we doing that. But the more they talk, the more they show up, the more they speak, the more they pander, the more they reveal themselves. That Masonic pose, the one guy with the pink on, the throwing up of the four. What the fuck is the throwing up of the four fingers about? Gang signs in certain places you see. This guy with this fucking gay ass pose at the bottom. This shit. See, you might call yourself taunting us, but you showing that you didn't learn shit. You was never sorry about that bullshit you did during that Passover. You went and did the same shit. It's the same shit. The dude is not sorry. He was faking everybody out, but he wasn't faking us out. We never believed him. All this stuff, this different, just a bunch of a total mess. A total mess. Back in Acts 5, where was I at? Yeah, we'll start back at 38. And now I say unto you, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel or this work be of men, it will come to naught. Now, for the longest time, we were rebuking them Genesis dudes. We was rebuking Sicarri them. Even when Genesis, before they became that, we was rebuking them all together. But after a while, we just said, you know, we would leave them alone, then they would do more stupid, foul shit. Just like now. We ain't trying to talk about these dudes, but the Spirit is showing us things that are in error. And all the brothers and the apostles and different men been going into it, little different aspects of their going off. So we can't help but to, you know, speak on these things. I got other videos that I would have liked to make, but there seemed like there was nothing more poignant than going into this. You know, and as it says, refrain from these men and let them alone. For if this counsel of this work be of men, it will come to naught. But if it be of the Most High, you cannot overthrow it, lest haply ye be found even to fight against the Most High. Okay. It says, and to him they agreed, and when they had called the apostles and beaten them, they commanded them that they should not speak in the name of Yahushua and let them go. Okay, well, that's, really, I didn't have to read that, but that's what happened during that. But I used that scripture to show that with these guys, this shit is falling apart. And this dude, Gorilla Hebrew, he was never able to make a wise decision. He's not a scrupulous individual. He lacks scruples. He's not scrupulous. You see, he don't pay attention to detail. He does things without thinking. He does a lot of stupid shit without thinking, man. And I mean, at the end of the day, you even got a photo here that he took a while back with him. I would imagine that's his kids, but a man that's in the spiritual warfare, you would never take a photo with your children in the shit, knowing that you got all these enemies. And enemies approach your family members and they try to set you up and do little things when you're not around, man. It's just not a wise thing to do. But what the fuck do you expect? What do you expect from this guy, man? And these guys. Let's read real quick here. Matthew 7:16. And we'll start at 15. It says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ravening wolves. Them Genesis dudes and Sicarri have all been found out as being false prophets. All that shit about, the Bible is not the word of the Most High, but the word of the Most High is found in the Bible. They had a problem with Luke. They got a problem with this, a problem with that. Paul's writings, just different stuff. You found out that all that shit was false that they were speaking. Verse 16, ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of thistles? Even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them. And you have to understand and know. Just look at all the stuff we've been talking about. That fucking pink, that Masonic pose, the throwing up of certain signs, the gay pose at the bottom, right? The whack rap song, the obvious connection to masonry, the Masonic pose, the obvious connection to masonry, the lack of intelligence on fashion ideas, just different stuff, man. And I don't know if the shirt says misfits. I think it does say misfits. As the brother brought out in the video, he's been a misfit for a long time. That's another video you should watch too. I can't remember the title of it right offhand. I could actually go and bring it up because I did watch some of it. I watched about half of it as well. The video from the brother Yashalom for the main camp. Let's go and bring his video up. Let's go to the history and bring this brother video up. And I can give you the correct name of his video. Here it is. Let me bring it up here. So I watched, I guess I was 15 minutes into his video. That was way earlier. The shirt Al-Azhar Gorilla Hebrew wore this Passover weekend shows you shows you he doesn't belong in the ministry. And look at it. Just in 10 hours, 3.5 thousand views. Because people love controversy. You know, they're giving you fucking opinions. You know, like looky-loos do. And man, we can't wait. You niggas love goddamn controversy. You different Israelites out there. Because that brother, even though he got a lot of subscribers, generally, he won't get that many hits on a video. You know what I'm saying? Because Jake is not diligent like that. I mean, he's diligent. I ain't talking about him. I'm talking about the people that watch. You know, if you got 6,650 or so subscribers, you should get a bunch of views on all your videos, but only about, what my estimation, only about 10% of the viewers actually watch the videos that we put up. I got almost 11,000 subscribers, and my average view count will be around about 1,100 to 2,000. You see? So that's only like 10% of the fucking people even watch the videos that we put up. You know? Because Jake love entertainment more than they love the meaty topics of the truth. And like we talked about, these guys just revealing themselves. You're going to know them by their fruits. You got the deacon throwing up G's, gang, you know, whatever it is. If it's not, it looked like a gang sign. If it's not, okay, whatever. But you shouldn't be even doing that. Hassad whining and crying about some fucking goddamn romaine lettuce and bitter herbs. And now fucking, look, man, I kept the Passover here at the house, and my wife ate Passover too. And she ate bitter herbs. And she's currently under the weather and still got through it. Our fucking eyes watering. We going through the bitter herbs, right? Brothers got kids. They kids and wives eating the bitter herbs. You got a grown ass man talking about it's disgusting. He ain't gonna eat it. So you know, and you had other people there with the Masonic looking garments on. But see them sheep, you can tell they don't know what the fuck going on, man. You can go back and look at some of them people's faces as they go down that line. Them dudes don't know what the fuck going on. Look at them young guys. You got a bunch of young people. But you know what? Hey, the Most High do what he do. You know? He's slay utterly old and young. It ain't gonna matter in that day. You got a guy on there with his little baby daughter bouncing up and down. It's real. It's sad on some level, but hey, on the other hand, it might be good for us. You know what I mean? The more you have wicked Israelites, the better chance that we gonna have of getting, you know, being a part of the elect. This is Matthew 23:1. It says, Phariseeism exposed. Then spake Yahushua to the multitude and to his disciples. You know, let's actually go to the NLT, see how it comes out. Matthew 23:1 from the NLT. Then Yahushua said to the crowds and to his disciples, the teachers of religious law and the Pharisees are the official interpreters of the law of Moses. So practice and obey whatever they tell you, but don't follow their example, for they don't practice what they teach, They crush people with unbearable religious demands and never lift a finger to ease the burden. Everything they do is for show. On their arms, they wear extra wide prayer boxes with scripture verses inside, and they wear robes with extra long tassels. And they love to sit at the head table at banquets and in the seats of honor in the synagogues. They love to receive respectful greetings as they walk in the marketplaces and to be called rabbi. Don't let anyone call you rabbi, for you have one teacher and all of you are equal as brothers and sisters. And don't address anyone here. You know, that's pretty much it, right? Let's go back to the KJV because I want to get a particular line out of there. Verse 3, all therefore whatsoever they bid you observe, that observe and do, but do not ye after their works, for they say and do not. For they bind heavy burdens and grievous to be borne, and lay them on men's shoulders, but they themselves will not move them with one of their fingers. But all their works they do for to be seen of men. I'll end it right there. Now we know these guys don't have phylacteries and they don't have no prayer boxes on their arms, but you will see them with all the other garb on. You seen individuals there with the big ass armbands on, the walking sticks, the staffs, you know, this and that, and they got all the Most High name on a headband and it's shiny green and gold. You know, it is what it is. They got merchandise. They got merch. A Genesis jacket, which the jacket kind of sweet, that green and yellow jacket. But at the end of the day, I mean, what is all that about? So you can see the deacon is trying to build up their what's the word? Their brand. Yeah, he doing that to build up their brand. They doing all this fan-friendly shit because they know that the Israelites, the majority of them are gullible. Now, as Apostle Gabar pointed out, notice that there's an inconspicuous absence of Hassad at least in this video shoot. You know, there's Jake's just all the fringe hat on. Any nigga with a fringe hat on, you know that guy's over righteous. So there's so much stuff coming out, being revealed about these dudes. I'm not gonna prolong it. I'm gonna close out here with a scripture. I'm gonna go into what Apostle Gabar was discussing briefly, because you're gonna have what always happens every year at Passover, when these different Israelites have these luxurious, extravagant Passovers, and they partying and they flexing in front of the camera, and they doing all the shit that they're doing. They normally will point back to King Josiah, I believe, that Passover that he had way back in the Old Testament, where it was a great Passover throne, you know. But that, you talk about a king, man. Us on this side, we pattern our Passovers after who? Number one, after when Moses and the Israelites were being pursued, you know, by Pharaoh and his army, you know, they was going through all of that. But also mainly after Yahushua and the disciples, the severity, the solemnity, the heaviness of that night. Yahushua knew he was going to be put to death. The disciples were heavy. Let's read that a little bit. This is the spirit that we should be in. This is Matthew 26, verse 31. That was Apostle Gabar was bringing that out, which really hit me. It said, then saith Yahushua unto them, let's see here. Hold up, brothers. Well, let's start right here, and we'll jump around a bit. Matthew 26 and 20, it says the last Passover. All right. It says now, Matthew 26 and 20, now when the even was come, he sat down with the 12. So this is during the Passover. Let's see if they was partying and fucking dancing and everybody was flexing. Let's see if they was doing that. And as they did eat, he said, verily, I say unto you, that one of you shall betray me. And they were exceeding sorrowful, and began every one of them to say unto him, Lord, is it I? And he answered and said, he that dippeth his hand with me in the dish, the same shall betray me. And I'm sure all of them had dipped their hand in the dish. They was confused. The Son of Man goeth as it is written of him, but woe unto that man by whom the Son of Man is betrayed. It had been good for that man if he had not been born. Then Judas, which betrayed him, answered and said, Master, is it I? And he said unto him, thou hast said. See? And then I went through the whole, you know, eat this in remembrance of me. Let's jump to verse 31. Then said Yahushua unto them, all ye shall be offended because of me this night, for it is written, I will smite the shepherd, and the sheep of the flock shall be scattered abroad. But after I am risen again, I will go before you into Galilee. Peter answered and said unto him, though all men shall be offended because of thee, yet will I never be offended. Yahushua said unto him, verily I say unto thee that this night, before the cock crow, thou shalt deny me thrice. Peter said unto him, though I should die with thee, yet will I not deny thee. Likewise also said all the disciples. All of them said, I'd never do that to you, Lord. Verse 36, then cometh Yahushua with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and saith unto his disciples, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. And as Apostle Gabar was bringing out, you go to the word Gethsemane, it means oil press, right? And the oil that was being pressed was Yahushua. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. You see that? It was sorrowful and very heavy. Let's see what another version says. Let's describe their moves like. They wasn't jovial and full of mirth. NLT, he took Peter and Zebedee's two sons, James and John, and he became anguished and distressed. Ooh. NIV, he took Peter and the two sons of Zebedee along with him, and he began to be sorrowful and troubled. But those words, anguished and distressed, that's heavy. Those are heavy words. Let's look at anguish real quick. Anguish, experiencing or expressing severe mental or physical pain or suffering. Another one says an adjective, agonized. Right here from the Merriam-Webster, suffering anguish, tormented, expressing anguish, agonized. Man. Another definition, extreme pain, distress, or anxiety. When you got anxiety, you thinking about something. How wish I knew he had to go up on that cross, you know, and be beat. I mean, yeah, we went through a lot of shit. It's terrible. Verse 38. Then saith he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful. So wait a minute. If Yahushua was anguished and heavy and sorrowful, you know, what do you think he feels when he see monkey ass niggas, you know, hopping around, jumping around like nigga bunnies all over a stage, making a fucking rap song with all they flashy colors on? How do you think he would feel? How do you think the Most High feels witnessing all of this shit? But these guys got to play their part. They got to play their part, you know? And I mean, it's a terrible thing. How do you think the Most High feels seeing niggas at a fucking club with bottle service girls again, doing it again, making Masonic poses, complaining and whining over some goddamn romaine lettuce and bitter herbs? What do you think the Lord thinks about all this shit? It's a terrible display to put on before the house of Israel. I tell you that. It's fucking embarrassing on some level. But still, all people gonna do is blame GMS some type of way. But we don't give a fuck. Then saith he unto them, my soul is exceeding sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. Yahushua said his soul is exceeding sorrowful, even to death, man. You know you feel bad. You know, he's in anxiety, heavy anxiety. NLT, he told them, my soul is crushed with grief to the point of death. Ooh. And down here in the CSB, he said to them, I am deeply grieved to the point of death. Deeply grieved. You know, he had tears in his eyes. It's crazy, man. He goes on and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt. And it's a terrible thing, man. I was just kind of thinking about that the other day. You know, they had a prisoner that was here in South Carolina, and he was the first person to be put to death by a firing squad since like the 80s or the 90s. But you know, and you heard about probably 3 different executions in different states in the last month or so. So you gotta know that when you know you're gonna die, it's already decided. There's nothing that's gonna stop it, and you getting close to that time. You know your body, it probably do things, man. His stomach probably was flipping over. All kind of stuff was going on. I don't know why I'm showing these gay ass niggas, man. But you had to know yet that Yahushua was going through a lot of mental anguish. Verse 40 says, he cometh unto the disciples and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, what, could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. Yeah, Yahushua had prayed like, look, if I don't got to do this, maybe it's another way. And he came and found them sleeping again, for their eyes were heavy. And he left them and went away again and prayed the third time, saying the same words. Then cometh he to his disciples and saith unto them, sleep on now, and take your rest. Behold, the hour is at hand, and the Son of Man is betrayed into the hand of sinners. Rise, let us be going. Behold, he is at hand that doth betray me. And knowing that one of your close men was also going to betray you, that's heavy, man. It's sad every time we think about it. You know, the Passover is a heavy time. It's a solemn assembly. It's not meant to be taken lightly. It's really not. But you got monkey ass niggas, badass kids, right? Who are doing everything they want to do. And they got a lot of people that watch them, that follow them, that love them, all of that. And that's good. That's good because the Most High set up, you know, he gonna set up the froward as well as he's gonna set up the wicked as well as the just. You see? How else, as the Heavenly Father, as the sovereign Lord, how else you going to lead away a bunch of unwanted scumbags other than to give them unwanted scumbag leaders? The Most High is a master chess player. You ain't going to never defeat him. Let's get one quick script on that. Job 12 and 16. And we always have to remember that. Right? We'll start at 15. It says, behold, he would hold the waters, and we'll start at 14. Let's start at 13. Job speaks of the power of the Most High. Job 12 and 13. With him is wisdom and strength. He hath counsel and understanding. Behold, he breaketh down, and it cannot be built again. He shutteth up a man, and there can be no opening. Behold, he withholdeth the waters, and they dry up. Also he sendeth them out, and they overturn the earth. With him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. Remember that. The Lord set up to deceive those that are going to, the Lord set up the deceiver to deceive those that's going to be deceived. You see? And they don't know no better. But you know, at the same time, they can be charged with folly, because guess what? At the same time, the Most High got these whack-ass leaders, these rebellious ones, which is at the sin of idolatry and iniquity, the sin of witchcraft. You know, rebelliousness and stubbornness is at the sin of idolatry and iniquity and all of that. As the Most High got them set up, he also has the right men set up too. And you bypass the righteous brothers' teaching, righteous through the what they're doing for the Lord, not due to their own works, because the scripture says that their righteousness is of me, right? So you pass right by them to go for the flash and the folly, because as it said in the world, niggas love shiny shit. This right here is new, shiny, brash, cocky. You know, it's out in the public eye, and it gives you a little bit of what you don't really got to leave, the world in order to be a part of this bullshit. Because this shit is worldly, man. This is worldly, some goofy shit. Anyway, that's it for the video. We'll see you again soon with another lesson, Lord willing. And I'm gonna title this Sicarri and Genesis, right? It will come to naught. All praise to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom.